Growing up can really be confusing, especially when our bodies and emotions start to change. We begin to feel things we don't always understand, and sometimes we're too shy to talk about them. That is why it's important to learn more about ourselves so we can understand these changes better and handle them in a healthy way. That's why our topic for today is the sexual self. Puberty marks the start of sexual development in an individual. Physical changes start, and as individual continues to adolescence, these changes are highlighted as sex hormones undergoing physical changes and producing feelings that are sexual in nature. Since sex is usually a taboo subject, most adolescents are confused with these feelings, how to handle them, who to ask about these sexual feelings, and what is considered normal and inappropriate sexual responses. The best way to understand this is to learn about human sexuality, to get to know one's own body and responses and establish her or his sexual self. The problem is, in many cultures, especially here in the Philippines, sex is treated as a taboo topic, something we're not supposed to talk about. Because of that, many teens get confused or embarrassed about their sexual feelings. That is why this topic, the sexual self, is so important. But what is sexual self? This is the part of yourself where you learn and understand your sexual development and how people's sexual activity, beliefs, misconceptions, and unlimited access from the internet on sex can influence your own sexual behaviors and responses. Your sexual self speaks of your sexual health, sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression and values around sexuality. For example, when you start having a crush or feeling attracted to someone, that's part of exploring your sexual self. Learning about it doesn't mean being malande or green-minded. It's also about setting boundaries, knowing what makes you comfortable, and respecting others' boundaries too. Sexual development is a lifelong process that starts at the moment of conception. People are a little different from each other, so it makes sense that they don't develop in the same way. For example, physically, a boy may get noticed his voice getting deeper, or a girl might experience menstruation. Emotionally, we might feel having romantic interest or curiosity about relationships. And socially, we learn how to talk about our feelings and connect with others. Now moving on to Sigmund Freud's psychosexual stages of development. Freud believed that every child goes through a sequence of developmental stages, and that is the child's experiences during these stages determine adult personality characteristics. The oral stage. Freud said babies get pleasure through their mouth by sucking and eating. If their needs aren't met, they may grow up craving comfort like biting nails or overeating. This stage teaches trust and basic comfort. Second, the anal stage. In this stage, children learn control through toilet training. Strict parents may cause a child to grow up very neat, while lenient ones may lead to messy habits. It's where we start learning discipline and independence. Third, the phallic stage. Children begin to notice gender differences and feel attached to the opposite sex parent. Handling this stage will help children build confidence and a healthy gender identity. Fourth, latency stage. Sexual feelings are quiet during this stage as children focus on learning and social skills. They form friendships, values, and discipline. It's a period of growth and self-control. And lastly, the genital stage or puberty to adulthood. This is when romantic and emotional feelings grow stronger. We'll learn how to form mature, respectful relationships. It's all about love, attraction, and responsibility.
When you were going through puberty, did you ever wonder why your body started to change, like your voice getting deeper if you're a boy, growing hair in new places, or your body shape changing? Well, these are signs that your reproductive system is starting to mature. And today, I will discuss more than about that. The human reproductive system. One of the many seemingly magical things about human reproduction is that only one sperm can ever penetrate an egg. Sex, however, is not just for reproduction, not in humans. The female reproductive system. The ovaries produce 400,000 eggs or so every 28 days. The ovum is 100,000 times larger than sperm cell. The egg cell carries the X chromosome. Puberty in girls usually starts between ages 8 to 13, along with all the bodily changes like breast, hair, skin, hips, or even voice. It is also where menarche, or from the Greek word moon and beginning. The first menstrual period would seal and growth spurt and signal the female's sexual maturity. This means the female reproductive system plays a very important role in reproduction and growth. When a girl reaches into puberty, her body starts to change and prepare for maturity. The development of the breast, wider hips, and the start of menstruation are all signs that her body is becoming capable of reproduction. The first menstrual period, called menarche, shows that her reproductive system is fully developed and that she is entering a new stage of womanhood. These changes are a natural part of growing up and show that the body is functioning. The male reproductive system. The testes produce over 200 million sperm cells or the spermatozoa every week. It carries the X or Y chromosome, which is the sex-determining cell. In boys, puberty starts around 10 to 15 years old and explains why some girls look more mature than boys. The testosterone hormone causes most of the changes in a boy's body, and men need sperm to reproduce. This means that the male reproductive system has also an important role in reproduction. It produces sperm cells in the testes, which are needed to fertilize the female egg. During puberty, boys experience many physical changes caused by the hormone testosterone. These include a deeper voice, the growth of facial and body hair, and an increase in muscle size and strength. These changes show that the male body is becoming mature and ready for reproduction. It also means that the reproductive organs are now fully developed and functioning properly. All these are natural signs of growth that happens as a boy transitions into manhood. Human sexual response. Biological factors such as the presence of androgens, estrogens, and progesterone prepare people for sexual activity. People's sexual responses usually follow a regular pattern consisting of 4 phases: excitement, plateau, orgasm, and resolution. Self-motivation, also known as libido, refers to a person's overall sexual drive or desire for sexual activity. According to William Masters, an American gynecologist, and Virginia Johnson, an American sexologist, these 4 phases describes the process of the human sexual response cycle. During the excitement phase, a person begins to feel sexual desire or arousal. This happens because of the release of hormones and physical reaction such as an increased heart rate and blood flow. Next is the plateau phase, which is a brief period before orgasm where arousal becomes stronger and the body prepares for the next phase. The orgasm phase is the peak of sexual pleasure where there are muscle contractions and release of tensions. Finally, the resolution phase occurs when the body returns to its normal state and the arousal decreases.
And now let's move to human sexuality. What is human sexuality? Sexuality is more than sexual feelings or sexual intercourse. It is important part of who a person is and what she and he will become. It includes all the feelings, thoughts, and behavior associated with being male or female, being attractive and being in love, as well as being in relationship that include sexual intimacy, sensual and sexual activity. It also includes the enjoyment of the world as we know it through the five senses: taste, touch, smell, hearing, and sight. Kaya laging tatandaan ang sexualidad ay hindi lang sa pakikipagtalik o pagnanasa. Ito ay bahagi ng ating pagkatao upang mas maintindihan at makilala natin ang ating mga sarili. At dahil sa sexuality, nai-enjoy natin ang ating buhay gamit ang limang pandama. Tapos na tayo sa human sexuality, dumako naman tayo sa 5 circles of sexuality. Especially the body of sexual partner. Sensuality also allows us enjoy the pleasure our bodies can give us and the other. Ang sensualidad ay tungkol sa pagkilala at pagpapahayag ng sariling katawan at katawan ng iba, pati na rin sa pag-enjoy ng kasiyahang nagbibigay ng may respect. Second is sexual intimacy, is the ability to be emotionally close to another human being and to accept closeness return. Several aspects in intimacy include sharing intimacy, caring about another, liking or loving a person, emotional risk-taking, and vulnerability to a loved one. Ang sexual intimacy ay emosyonal na pagiging malapit sa isang tao kung saan may pagbabahagian ng damdamin, pagmamahal at tiwala sa isa't isa. Third, sensual identity is a person understanding of who she or he is sensuality, including the sense of being with or being a female. Sexual identity consists of 3 interlocking phases that together affect how each person sees him or himself. Each phase is important. Ang sexual identity ay ang pagkakakilanlan at pag-unawa ng tao sa kanyang kasarian na binubuo ng 3 mahahalagang bahagi na hubog sa kung paano makikita ang sarili. Fourth, reproduction and sexual health. These are person's capacity to reproduce and behavior and the attitude that makes sexual relationship healthy and enjoyable. Ang reproduction at sexual health ay tumutukoy sa kakayahan ng tao na magkaanak at sa pagkakaroon ng tamang pag-uugali at pag-iisip para mapanatiling malusog, ligtas, masaya ang ugnayan ng bawat isa. And the last is sexualization, is that aspect of sexuality in which people behave sexually to influence, manipulate, or control other people. Often called shadowy side of human sexuality, sexualization spans behavior that range from the relatively harmless to the sadistically violent, cruel, and criminal. This sexual behavior including flirting, seduction, withholding sex from an intimate partner to punish him or her or to get something, sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and rape. Teens need to know that no one has the right to exploit them sexually and that they do not have the right to exploit ASL sexuality. Ang sexualization ay maling paggamit ng sexual na kilos upang kontrolin at manamantala ng iba. Kaya dapat igalang ng bawat isa ang sarili at kapwa.
Now let's talk about the chemistry of lust, love, and attachment. There are physiological and psychological aspects in being turned on, being in love and attached to another person. The chemistry of lust, love, and attachment lies in our brains, which is the human's most important sex organ. The unexplained mechanism responsible for sexual attraction lies in the brain and not in the genital areas. The first one is lust. This is the phase which is driven by the sex hormones testosterone and estrogen in both men and women. Estrogen and testosterone are the 2 basic types of hormones present equally in men and women's body that excite the feeling of lust within the brain. For example, Laura and Miguel met each other for the first time at a friend's party. They immediately notice each other's looks and how they carry themselves. There's a strong physical attraction and they can stop looking at each other and smiling. The second one is attraction. This phase is said to be one of the beautiful moments of life. That is the phase when a person actually starts to feel the love. This is the amazing time when you are truly love-struck and can think of little else. Scientists think that the three main neurotransmitters are involved in this stage: adrenaline, dopamine, and serotonin. So from the previous example of Laura and Miguel, after that party, Laura and Miguel started going out. They texted constantly, they think about each other all day, and they feel a rush of energy and excitement when they're together. They stay up late talking, can't eat properly, and feel butterflies in their stomach. And the last one is attachment. It is a bond helping the couple to take their relationship to advanced levels. It instigates the feeling of bearing children and falling in love with them wholeheartedly. Scientists think that there might be two hormones involving in this feeling of attachment: oxytocin and vasopressin.
So thank you, Miss Galianes. So before we begin, let me ask you a question. So have you ever wondered what truly defines our sexuality? So sexuality, it's more than just attraction. It's a who we are, how we feel, and how we express ourselves. Human sexuality is diverse, and that's what makes each of us unique. By understanding and respecting this diversity, we learn to accept others and with ourselves without any judgments. And it is important to understand that sexuality is diverse. Society often set rules about what men and women should do, but these are shaped by culture. It is not by biology. So diversity helps us accept and respect others and express ourselves freely without any judgment. So next is sexual orientation. This refers to who we are emotionally, romantically, or sexually attracted to. People can be heterosexual, homosexual, or even bisexual. Orientation is not just a part, or it is just a part of who we are, not something that can be changed and deserves respect regardless of who they love. So moving on to the next topic, to sexual intercourse, it's a natural human behavior that can bring closeness and pleasure, but may also lead to pregnancy or sexually transmitted infection if not practiced safely. That's why being a responsible citizen and people and informed is very important before engaging in any sexual activity. So speaking of risks of sexual intercourse, let's talk about how we get infected. So sexually transmitted diseases or its infection, STD, STI, this includes HIV, AIDS, syphilis, and gonorrhea. Illnesses spread through sexual contact. They can be prevented through abstinence, faithfulness to one unaffected partner, and using condoms or protections. Remember, you don't have to look sick to be or to spread an infection. It can happen to anyone who have been in sexual contact or intercourse with other people that may have signs or having an infection. Lastly is premarital sex, refers to sexual activity before marriage. While it can be seen as an expression of love, it carries risks such as unplanned pregnancy, infections, and emotional stress. That's why it's important to make mature and responsible choices or choose abstinence until you're ready. So, to sum it all up, or in conclusion, understanding our sexuality helps us to respect ourselves and by others. By being aware, responsible, and informed, we can make a wise decision that can protect our health, dignity, and our future. So, thank you everyone for listening for my discussion. And the next topic is about teenage pregnancy or the effect of sexual intercourse that will be discussed by Miss Galianes.
Now let's talk about teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy means that the girl under 18 below is pregnant. It is a serious issue in our country because it affects the health and future of many young people. According to studies, the Philippines has one of the highest rates of teenage pregnancy in Southeast Asia. Many young girls get pregnant while they are still in school. This often happens because of lack of knowledge about reproductive health, peer pressure, poverty, and sometimes lack of guidance from parents.
We can prevent teenage pregnancy by education. If many young people learn about how their body works, their puberty, and how pregnancy happens, they can make safer and better decisions for themselves. The second one is the usage of protection, like condoms and birth control. And the third one is communication. If they are open about the sex culture in the Philippines, they can communicate through their parents and ask about it.
Today I'll be talking about the family planning and responsible parenthood, including the different family planning methods. The first one is family planning. Family planning is the decision of couples or individuals kung kailan at ilang anak ang gusto nilang magkaroon. It's about planning your family's future, emotionally, physically, and financially. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa pagpipigil ng pagbubuntis, but also about preparing yourself to be a responsible parents. The second one is responsible parenthood. Means being ready to take care of your children, to provide their needs like food, education, love, and guidance. Hindi lang basta magkaroon ng anak, but making sure na kaya mo silang alagaan at palakahin ng maayos. Being responsible parents, pinag-iisipan kung ilang anak ang kaya mong suportahan, pinaghahandaan ang kinabukasan ng pamilya, gumamit ng tamang family planning methods para makamit ang goals ng pamilya. Now, let's move to the different family planning methods. There are two main types of family planning methods. There are main types. Number 1, natural methods. Ito yung mga paraan na walang gamot o device na ginagamit. Example, basal body temperature methods. Minomonitor ng babae ang kanyang body temperature araw-araw para malaman kung kailan siya fertile. Cervical mucus methods. Obserbahan ang discharge or mucus ng babae kapag malagkit at malinaw, fertile siya. Calendar methods. Tinitignan ng babae ang menstrual cycle niya para malaman kung kailan siya fertile at kailan hindi. Ang advantages nito ay natural, walang side effect at libre. Ang disadvantages naman, kailangan nito ay disiplina, hindi palaging reliable. Number 2, artificial or modern methods. Ito naman yung mga medical intervention o gamit ng mga devices at gamot, kagaya na lang ng pills, condoms, injectables, implants, and sterilization. Ang advantages naman nito, very effective at may iba't ibang option depende sa gusto ng mga partners. Ang disadvantages naman nito, may side effects at ang iba ay kailangan ng doctor supervision. Family planning and responsible parenthood, tinutulungan tayo para makabuo ng stable na kalagayan ng bawat pamilya. It's not about controlling the number of children. It's about giving them the best life possible. By planning wisely, couple can ensure na bawat batang ipapanganak ay may maayos na kinabukasan, sapat na pagmamahal at magandang buhay.
At the end of it all, our sexuality is not just about what we do, but who we truly are. It is the mirror that reflects our humanity, our desires, and our choices. To know your sexual self is to face the deepest truth of your being, your capacity to love another people, another being, to respect, and to choose wisely and think critically, logically. In a world that often confuses pleasure with purpose, we are called to rise above impulse and live with intention. Because real strength is not as in how much we know about sex, but in how deeply we understand ourselves. So before you seek to be desired, seek to be whole. Before you learn to love another, learn to love yourself. Then you will be loved by other people. Only then can you truly say you know your own sexual self. That is the moment you will fully understand yourself from head to toe. And that is all from our Group 1 presentation. Thank you.